Hello and welcome to You've Been Dieting Wrong. And I wanted to make this more friendly. And I thought I'm going to sit in my lounge and have a conversation with you and feel a different energy. I'm really about that being centered, heart centered. And I'm so passionate. I've been really thinking about, how I can create a better space for everyone to be here. And I just thought I'm going to sit here, and here I am. So hello again. And so my topic today was procrastination. And I know this is one that so many women really do suffer from, right? It's like that motivation to go out. When procrastination can be when you don't want to do something like admin work. I don't know about you. When it comes to doing sometimes the admin of my business, it's like, right, you just sort of put it off, or the tax, and which is why I have a bookkeeper now to look after that, because I never did it until I had to. So where is it that you're procrastinating in your life? There are lots of different reasons, right? There's and I know I had mentioned some of this, there's a lack of motivation, an inability to even start. Can be a fear of failure. Unenjoyable tasks, which is what I just talked about. There's so many, right? So are some of these resonating with you? Because procrastination, it makes you tired. It's like this weight that sits on you, and you just don't do something. It's a horrible feeling. Procrastination can come also from being a perfectionist, which I'm a Virgo. So I used to be a real perfectionist in everything. And it's funny because, not funny, but I let it go when I was going near the end of my marriage, because it was a toxic marriage. And then I just wasn't a perfectionist, really. But after the divorce, I really had to get in, and I went inward and did the work. And I was like, there's no perfectionist anymore, right? I had to be more with ease and flow and be messy, because a perfectionist can come across as rude, cold, perfect. And who wants to have that title, right? I don't want that title, because that is not me. So where is your procrastination in your life? Inability to start is a big one. Okay. When we're, as women, you're here, you want to, transform your body. You want to feel really good about yourself. You need to start new habits. And starting new habits can be one of those other things where all of a sudden you feel so energetic and inspired to start that this could be the all or nothing, where you go and you hit the ground way too hard. So you say, I'm going to go and work out 5 days a week, and I'm going to do 30 minutes, and then you're going to eat really well. Like that procrastination is the next part of it, but it can be starting that you can't even do. You can write it down, you can set your alarm, but you just never get up. Is that you? Is it, like I said, unenjoyable tasks? So what is an unenjoyable task for you? Because we need to figure out how to move forward when we're procrastinating, right? Procrastination actually can come from also just being completely overwhelmed. And there's no sense, they actually say that word means nothing, because all it means is that we're just not focused. And this is sort of how procrastination happens too. It's like you're focusing on a big picture rather than focusing on the small picture. And when we focus more on one task and we start minimalizing it, okay, so let's talk about women. We're wanting to lose weight. So focus on one thing. What could that be, one thing that you do? Maybe if we talk about nutrition, so maybe it's that you are only going to have your special treat. I don't like the word treat, but I get it a lot. So if it's a bag, a little bag of chips, or if it's a dessert, you're going to limit it to once a week. Procrastination, sort of like, so then you it doesn't feel so overwhelming for you, that you can do that, because you're making one shift in your night, in your nutrition, versus changing everything. Okay. What about exercise? What's the one shift? What's the one task you could do that you think you can do that gets you out of that procrastination and actually makes you move forward? Probably try 15 minutes, right? Get up 15 minutes earlier and go for a walk. And then you can go to 20 minutes. And then you can go to 25 minutes. Because we really want to get up to like 15 to 30 minutes, right? Like, because then you start really activating your body and your metabolism. What other things can we do in procrastination, moving forward to feeling really good and making action in our lives? If you're going to do some weights, start slow, right? So I would, if you're not joining a gym, you can do lots of things at home with exercises on YouTube, and just start 10 minutes a day. If it's, what about even just some self-love? Because self-love, I was just on a coaching call, and that's why I'm late. I forgot it was in. So apologies. Good thing for replay, right? So I just got off a coaching call, and the coaching call, was really good, because we were talking about this, when we want to do something, okay, even if it's wanting to coach with me, a simple thing like that. You've been watching me, you're feeling like it's the right energy, you're feeling like I can deliver, the results that you're looking for, but you're procrastinating, you're just listening, and you're seeing my videos, or you're seeing my videos and emails, but you haven't taken action because there's something that's fearful. Here's the thing. I always say, just book a call. Okay. It's a heart-centered call, just having a conversation. And just do it, because when you just do that little step, it gives you even the confidence to then, maybe you'll get off the call if you don't say yes, but maybe I'll give you some things that we talk about that give you some action to take moving forward, right? Maybe you're sitting there, and you're listening to me on in our Facebook group. Just pop some questions down below, but you're fearful because you don't want to be seen. Right? There's always that fear. Oh, I don't want to say something, and then someone's going to see me. To get out of procrastination, as I said, can be fear-based. We just have to take action. So one little step, even say hi, right? Like, I see two people watching, and I don't know where that's, either YouTube or if it's Facebook. If you're on Facebook, say hello. But that's how we get baby steps with moving forward and taking action, and stop procrastinating. Procrastinating in our lives, it's not going to move us forward, is it? It's going to delay anything that you want. So what else did we have to talk about with procrastination? Here's a perfect one, great example for you. My procrastination when I ran my event planning business, I was always procrastinating. Like, when I had deadlines, I'd have 2 months and I'd know I had to get a proposal out. It was always the last minute. I just didn't matter how much time I had. It was always the last minute. I'd be up all night doing it. Have you feel that? Are you like that? So there's some things that we just may always procrastinate and do it at the last minute. But then there's things that in our life that we don't want to procrastinate anymore, right? And what are those things? Pop them in the chat. Put in hashtag, what is it that you want to stop procrastinating? Your exercise, your health, your nutrition, your binge eating, your I know you're probably saying, how do you procrastinate binge eating? But maybe you want to change the binge eating, right? Getting up 15 minutes earlier. The early bird gets the worm, right? That's the old saying. If you want to change anything, get up 30 minutes earlier, do some journaling, do some reading, spend that quality time on yourself. So creating space, right? Creating space for yourself. And maybe that's one thing that as women, you're not having. And maybe that's where that space maybe that's what you should start with. Getting up 15 minutes early, go to the kitchen, and go and spend some time with yourself. Because that's when you really get to heal. That's when you get to see inside. That's when you get to look at yourself and do the inner work. That inner work I talk a lot about, right? In my coaching program, it's always about the pillars, and the inner work is really where the weight is, right? There's so many things around weight. It's not about the weight. It's emotional. It's self-negative talk. It's trauma. It's all these things. So when we have time and we look back and we get to take time for ourselves, that's when the clarity comes, and maybe you can start doing that work, that inner work on your own. Okay? So my suggestion for procrastination is to first be aware of it. When you start thinking you're procrastinating, ask yourself, why am I procrastinating, whatever that is? Okay? Fill in the blank. Why am I procrastinating? Set the intention so that you can move forward with one thing and be grateful that you did it, right? Set the intention. So I've just got a new journal. It's actually not new. I bought it years ago, and it wasn't the right time when I started to use it. And it's so good because I set my intentions in the morning. It asks me questions. I really love it. And then I have questions to fill out in the evening. So I'm getting both ends. And it's really getting me to do even more inner work on myself. And this is primarily in my business, but it's so good, right? So find a journal, start finding that time that you get to do, and make some time that you set up for yourself that will give you the next step to stop the procrastination and to get some wins on the table. You got to know what it is that you're looking for, right? What is it? What is the win that you're looking for? So I hope this helps. I hope that you're going to implement one thing that you procrastinate and take one step, one baby step. Procrastination is really just not knowing one thing that you need to do from that one thing that you're procrastinating, right? Fear of failure, just start. Just do one little thing, one little step. Fear of lack of motivation, just start, right? Rather than thinking you're going to go out for 10 minutes or say an hour, break it down to either a half an hour, 20 minutes, 15 minutes. I love telling my clients to do this because we work at home, a lot of us, right? And I always say to my clients, at lunchtime, you need to shut your computer down and get out. Just go out of the house, even walk around the block, right? 5 minutes. So take your procrastination, find the one thing that you procrastinate, write it down, and then I want you to look at it and say, what can one baby step I do to start not to procrastinate? Hope that helps. See you next week.